The Saudi Vision 2030 is a government program which aims to diversify the Saudi economy, increase global engagement, and enhance the quality of life. The single most ambitious program in the entire world, with promises to bring to life projects that are fit for science fiction novels, even in this day and age. We're all familiar with the sheer height of skyscrapers, the tallest finding their zenith at an entire kilometer into the skies. But what if a building was just as wide? What if we had a structure that could fit 20 Empire State Buildings, say? It feels as though we're entering fantasy territory, for how would one support a structure so huge without the assistance of a grand wizard? Nevertheless, this is the project that Saudi Arabia is trying to make its reality. Saudi Arabia is a country that has gotten rich over the years through its stock of oil. A GDP of $117 billion back in 1990 now surpasses the $1,000 billion mark. It's safe to say the country has successfully capitalized on its provision of crude oil, using it to develop massively over the years. It doesn't hurt that they sit atop nearly 1/5 of the world's oil reserves either, managing to pump out 10 million barrels of oil per day, most of which is surplus, of course. However, balancing the fate of the economy on one commodity doesn't sit right with the Saudi government, and the Saudi Vision 2030 is the ultimate bid to diversify the economy and transform Saudi Arabia into a global attraction. Which is a good idea, for no one knows how much longer oil is here to stay with the advent of electric cars and other substitutions. Possibly the third most expensive mega project in the Saudi Vision 2030, after the Line and Diriyah Gate. The Cube, or Mukab, sits at an estimated cost of $50 billion. To be located in the Al Kirawan district of Riyadh, the Cube will be one of 5 neighborhoods in the planned real estate development of New Maraba. It'll be the tallest building in the capital, and despite its huge base, a skyscraper. Proposed designs place it to be 400 meters in height, width, and breadth, a perfect cube. If made to plan, the cube will have the largest floor space of any one building in the entire world at 2 million square meters. The project will be undertaken by the New Murabba Development Company, of which Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is the president. It'll be located in a 19 square kilometer area that will become the largest downtown development in the world. The neighborhood will feature its own internal transportation system and is designed to offer living, working, and entertainment facilities within a 15-minute walking radius. The Mukab, or Cube, will stand at the center of this neighborhood, a beacon of the elegance and modernity that the settlement promises. Taking after the unprecedented scale of its exterior, the interior will be home to an advanced system of virtual and augmented reality, offering people who visit the Cube immersive experiences like never before. In this sense, the Cube will literally be akin to a different world the moment you step foot into it. There are several possible applications of such immersions, as visitors could undertake a virtual tour of historic sites, of futuristic concepts, and of other 3D creations that are impossible to find in reality. VR could also create fully simulated adventures, where each visitor is the protagonist of their own stories, the master of their own fate. Those who dreamed of becoming astronauts as children would be able to visit space, and deep-sea diving will be possible for those who would otherwise never get to step foot in oceanic waters. Exhibits could overlay augmented reality onto real objects, providing an interactive and efficient interface, much like Iron Man in the Avengers. And through blending the physical and digital, new avenues of entertainment could easily be created. Imagine a battle royale with augmented reality. Pretty cool, right? And perhaps like in the movies, augmented reality would allow shoppers to overlay the clothes onto their own bodies, eliminating the need to try them on. Shopping assistants would be a story of the past, as AR-assisted assistants would join the party. Augmented reality and virtual reality could in conjunction create an environment that can be manipulated completely. Concerts could have the performers and the surrounding displays interact with each other. Students wouldn't suffer for lack of proper labs, as virtual laboratories could be created, and studies of the dinosaurs could be done inside the stomach of a T-Rex. But critics ask an important question. Despite all the technological hype that surrounds the integration of virtual and augmented reality for the cube, would such an integration even be possible? Will absolute immersion live up to its name? Because it looks good on paper, but applying the two seamlessly is a complex and difficult task. The first concern would be the hardware. Good quality immersion requires bulky and expensive hardware, and the cube demands such an investment on a large scale. Considering these costs, would the country really be able to provide these experiences for all of the public that visits the cube? And what of managing the rooms themselves? The safety concerns of having a clueless person interact with a digitally induced environment, and the layouts of the room. Moreover, high-speed, low-latency internet connections are also necessary for augmented and virtual realities, and although this problem doesn't seem too debilitating, it remains to be seen how the government will handle it. Add to that list the maintenance of the flow of content for AR and VR immersions, as the cube will have to regularly create high-quality content that fits the bill. This is also an expensive and time-consuming task. Perhaps not as significant, but its recurring costs are bound to add up, as new content is always needed. And to execute all the ideas of the cube, you would need to manually prepare the appropriate content, as we are far from automated immersions in this day and age. Moreover, all this spending on the cube makes one wonder whether it really is the best use of resources, even for Saudi Arabia as a whole. The ultra-modern and futuristic design clashes with the traditional and religion-intensive environment of Saudi Arabia. And to speak of the cube concept, this design has also been objected against by Muslims all around the world, claiming that it is too similar to the Kaaba, the Qibla in the Muslim religion, which lies in the middle of the most expensive building in the world, the Masjid al-Haram Mosque. For those of you who are unaware, the Qibla is the direction in which Muslims all around the world bow their heads while praying. The Qibla points to the direction of the Kaaba. So in other words, the Kaaba is a cube-like structure which is used to determine the direction of prayer. The Kaaba holds significance in Islam because it was the first masjid built according to Islam. The cube's design also gives more weight to aesthetics instead of functionality, while in most successful projects, the approach is more balanced. The environmental footprint of the project is also concerning, and the resources that'll go into the construction and maintenance of this huge structure might strain the local area for energy needs. The heat island effect might also make the environment surrounding the cube and the neighborhood warmer than normal. The heat island effect occurs when areas surrounding urban areas become warmer due to human activity. The reliance on advanced AR and VR technology can limit accessibility and increase maintenance demands, and not everyone would be able to proficiently navigate these complex systems. The environmental and energy needs conflict with the sustainability goals, and the project's immense scale and expenses may not yield sufficient economic returns. The cube has several questionable aspects, and although it is a grand and ambitious project, it might be fundamentally flawed. It would be a grand attempt at the unprecedented, and you can't really know if you'll miss when you never shoot. It'll be interesting to see how another one of Saudi Arabia's individualistic and unparalleled mega projects turn out anyway, and we can at least respect the drive for innovation that allows the country to function outside infrastructural norms.